morning! I'm really excited to be in here right now because I actually, hold on, my lights, I found kind of better light. Okay, so, good morning. I have to tell you guys right away, like I have guests with me. There's Alone, and there's Moshe.
Hey.
We're making awesome gluten-free brownies right now that are also nut-free, which I'm really excited about because everyone's been asking, can I do gluten-free and nut-free? And also just these brownies are really good. And it's a lot more awkward to like talk into the camera when I have other people here with me. Anyways, little quick intro. I'm Shana Kamen, the nutritionist behind Super Simple Nutrition, and I help my clients use really simple and delicious and amazing foods to get phenomenal results of healing their hormones and losing weight and clearing up their skin and digestion and fertility and PMS and all those things. Anyways, we're here today making really awesome brownies. The last time I tried to make brownies, they were pretty good, but they tasted more like cake. This time I finally figured out how to make them taste like real brownies. Actually, I need your phone. I texted you the recipe because I don't have it written down by hand. Okay, so, and I made them about a week ago, and Alone, this is Alone, say hi.
Hey.
Alone is my husband's best friend and business partner, and Moshe,
Hey.
say hi, is Alone's cousin. And I gave them some of the brownies, and they were like, these are amazing, you have to teach us how. And I was like, well, if I'm going to show someone, I'm going to do it live in the group so everyone can learn at the same time, save
He's
time.
not only my cousin, right? He's an Israeli soldier, right? That's the whole thing.
Say hi. Okay, he's his cousin, and he's an Israeli soldier. And they're both single. Okay, anyways, here we go. I'll show you the ingredients. 1 second. Okay, obviously baking soda. We're gonna, my husband asked to put in chocolate chips. This is the, hey Abigail. This is the instant coffee that I like to use in it. This is my raw cacao powder, vanilla, coconut oil, and you can either use, I know this bag looks like a disaster. What that bag is, and I'm using almond flour. Hold on, flap it around. I'm not going to make it actually 100% nut-free. Hey! Because you don't have to make it 100% nut. You could, with the flour, you can swap in half almond flour if you want to, if you don't need to keep it nut-free, and it will still hold up perfectly. But don't swap out all of it or it won't work. And then for the other flour, you can either use, what did I say, buckwheat flour, or just whatever like gluten-free flour mix you can find at the store. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to prop you guys up. Is the light terrible now? It's been being terrible when it's okay. Let's see. Okay, here we go. We're gonna start this. Do you have the recipe, Aloni?
Yeah.
Okay, but I can't see it.
I can't tell you my passcode.
Okay, he's gonna open his phone for me. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys, do you guys want to help?
We should do it. Yeah, I want to do it. If we
Okay.
could do it, then anyone can do it.
Yes, that's
the
true.
point.
If
That's
you
the
can
point.
do it, anyone can do it.
Yeah, boom,
Everyone's-
boom.
Okay, come. Okay, so first you're going to do 1 cup of either buckwheat flour or all-purpose flour. So last time I did buckwheat, this time I'm doing all-purpose. They both work fine. So the reason why I have it in a little bag is because it's open. But also because I like to keep it in the freezer, and in my freezer things always fall everywhere. And it spills. So see, it did spill, but it's in the bag, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so here we go. Here. No.
Yeah, here, I'll do it.
You do it. The two of you can figure it out. There's a
So this
hole.
needs to be filled up how much?
Yeah, just one time.
Like the whole thing?
The whole thing.
It doesn't matter that it's getting everywhere?
No, it doesn't matter. It's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. A little more. A little more. Okay, good.
Yeah,
Okay,
see?
dump it in.
That's
It's a full
right there.
cup.
Full cup. All right.
It's their debut in front of the screen. These guys are always behind. Actually, no, he's actually a very good actor.
I have acting experience.
I'm a terrible actress. We've talked about this before. Okay, next. Oh no, it keeps locking. You have to unlock it. You have to keep it unlocked. My hands are crossed. Okay. Now, oh, I want to do half of the almond flour. Oh well, we won't do almond flour this time because we just did a whole cup of that. Okay, what do we put in next? I don't remember. Just leave it open.
I can't. It's too. I don't know.
Because I didn't print out the recipe.
I'll figure it out. I'll just unlock it every time.
Okay, I'll just hold it and I'll tell you guys what to do. Okay, now put in 2/3 of a cup of raw cacao powder. Right here.
Yeah, to see.
Twin dog?
No, not that cup.
Imza.
2 of these, like 2/3 of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You do it over this because it'll spill.
They have
Okay,
the
raw.
metric system.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. Okay. Well, 2/3 of that cup. So raw cacao powder is really good. The lighting is so bad. I'm getting texts.
2.5.
A little more. So raw cacao powder is basically the same thing as cocoa, but a lot healthier. That's good. Okay, now dump it in. It just has a lot more vitamins and minerals. So one of the things that you crave, hey Tanya, when you crave chocolate is the minerals in it. And so if you can use raw cacao powder, you'll fill that craving a lot faster. Oh no, it locked again. Oh no, it didn't lock. Okay, good. Okay, next. Okay, now this is an important part. This is not like the easiest. I mean, it's obviously easy as you can see, but we actually are gonna blend up the coconut sugar. See if they can see the bowl. Okay, so this is our coconut sugar, and I'm gonna blend it up. Here, stand on this side. I'm gonna. So the lighting is better now. Okay, I'm gonna blend it up. Here, hold that. You're gonna read the directions because this is what I learned. If you really, like the best part of what makes. How much sugar am I doing? 2/3 of a cup?
We're doing the coconut sugar.
Yeah.
1 cup of coconut sugar blended up until it's very fine.
Okay, 1 cup. If you don't blend it up, then it won't get that like kind of awesome, kind of crispy, cool top, and it'll just look like a cake, and then you'll be disappointed. So this is what I figured out. If you blend it up, it works. So you can all send me your thank you notes later. It'll work. You can, if you're not using coconut sugar, you can just buy like super fine sugar. But if you want to keep it like lower, yeah, hold on, lower glycemic with like the coconut sugar, which I'll explain why in a second. Okay, you can't see that. Let me show you the blender. There's my blender. Okay, it looks weird, but here, you want to turn it on? Just press the
mix.
Yeah. There we go. It's mixing. Nice and not hot. You know what gave me the inspiration for this? Is that everyone knows that the best brownies in the world are Duncan Hines. But they're of course not amazing for you. But I realized that all the ingredients are super fine powder. So I was like, I bet that's the difference. And I was right! Okay, look, you can see, I don't know if you can see, can you see that? It's like, it looks like, whatever, honestly, it just looks like baking soda right now. So I'm pouring it in. Boop. There we go. In it goes. Okay, now we're gonna stir. I'm gonna get a spatula. Moshe, say hi. Tell them where you're from.
Hey. My name is Moshe. I'm from Israel, from Kiryat Ata. It's a small town next to Haifa. Come to visit in Israel. It's a beautiful country.
And these are the best brownies ever, right?
What?
They're the best brownies ever, right?
Ah, yes.
Okay.
He's gonna take it to Israel.
He's gonna take the. I'll make it back to take home.
A brownie revolution.
Okay, so now I'm just stirring them. You guys see that? Yeah. They can see. They can see, because they can see till there. But look, I'll tilt it down a little. I've done this before. I've done this every single week since January, except for 1 week. Okay. Ugh. Okay. So you have to stir all the dry ingredients. Oh, also, you guys.
The coconut oil and pasteurized eggs.
Not pasteurized, pastured. Okay. Also, baking soda. Aren't you proud of me? I finally got a box instead of using my little Ziploc bag. And look, at the dollar store the other day, they had cute little like measuring things. I never can find mine, but these are all stuck together. And my 2-year-old thought they were, my 3-year-old, he's 3, wanted. Anyways, how much am I doing? A quarter cup?
He looked at me when he said 3-year-old.
My 3-year-old.
Quarter, tablespoon. Teaspoon.
Yeah, a quarter? Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's kind of hard to get a baking soda. If you don't have baking soda, you just have baking powder, you can use that. It doesn't really matter. Boom. There you go. But make sure that it doesn't like land all in one chunk. Otherwise, you can taste it and it tastes bad. You have to like really make sure it's mixed in. So now I'm just stirring all these dry ingredients. And of course, we're not going to use... Oh, snap. I totally messed it up. I got distracted by what I was doing. But you know what? It's going to be fine.
Pinch of Celtics.
Okay, because hold on. I told you guys... Hey, Hootie. Hi, Sina. In the directions, if you guys like hit the link and you want to get the actual directions of how to do it, I say that it's best to melt the sugar beforehand with the oil, but I forgot because I'm distracted, as you can see. But it doesn't matter. I think it's going to be totally fine because I ground up the sugar so much that it's super fine that honestly it looks like a Duncan Hines one, so I'm not worried about it. But time will tell. It's fine. Okay, so now I'm just pushing it to the side. Ah, that's okay. Okay, I'm just gonna push it to the side. What goes next, Aloni?
Transfer the mixture to the bowl and blend in vanilla and raw cacao, then add the eggs and mix it all up until it gets shiny.
Okay.
Exclamation point.
Shiny exclamation point. Okay. Vanilla. Of course, you know I don't measure. I just go like this. There we go. Vanilla. Because you can't do too much vanilla. How many eggs? 3 eggs? I don't remember.
Then add the eggs.
Okay, eggs.
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, these are my favorite eggs from Trader Joe's. Because they have a lot more nutrition in them. Okay, here we go. Now, this is my cool way of cracking them. Boom. And they fall.
That is cool.
People get nervous about the blood spots, but honestly, I've been using these eggs for years and years, and I've never found one. Maybe one time I did, so I feel comfortable doing this. So if it makes you nervous, then you don't have to do it, but you can if you want to. Okay, and now the oil. And we're using coconut oil. If you don't, where's the coconut oil? If you don't want that coconutty flavor, you can use refined coconut oil, and it still has a ton of the health benefits, but it doesn't have the flavor. Okay, so how much oil did it say?
3/4 of a cup.
3/4 of a cup. Okay, I know that this whole thing is like 2 cups, and half is like 1 cup, so I'm just going to pour in like a majority. Again, you are welcome to be more exacting, but I am welcome to not be. Not yet. Chocolate chips don't go until the end. Yep. Okay, so now, oh, and a little bit of coffee granules. It doesn't really make it taste like coffee. It just like brings out the chocolatey flavor. It's really cool. I know that actually because I didn't use it last time I made this, but I remember. Which has a question? Oh.
I'm looking for the.
Oh, you're want to watch us at the same time?
We'll do it later.
Okay, you won't be able to because you're not in the group yet.
Okay.
Moshe wants to watch our video as we're doing it live. Okay, hold on. Okay, so now I just mushed it all together. I'm stirring in the liquid ingredients. Stand in it. Say hi again.
No,
You don't have
fine.
to. They don't want to be on it. They're uncomfortable on screen. I can relate because if I'm being myself, obviously you guys can tell I'm pretty comfortable. But if I am asked to act, I'm like, it's so awkward. It looks like I'm an amazing actress who's been paid to act unbelievably awkward. Yehuda wants to know who are those 2 hot guys. Yehuda's my husband, and this is his best friend. Okay. Okay, so we're stirring it in now. Okay, stirring in the dry with the wet. What was I telling you guys before? I was telling you, here, stand behind. Stand next to me.
Fine.
So people want to see who he's
fine.
talking about. Just stand.
Yeah.
Okay.
So give me 2 minutes.
Okay, so okay, he has a job.
Yeah.
He knows how to stir things. He knows how to jump out of airplanes. In the Air Force, in the Army, he was a paratrooper. Which, as far as I know, is like the coolest kind of soldier. That's what everyone says. I've never jumped out of an airplane. I've only jumped into pools, mostly. Anyways, coconut sugar is much better than regular sugar because it has all the minerals in it. Not yet. Keep stirring until it looks good. It should get shiny. It's not quite shiny yet. You'll see. You gotta scrape the side to get. You guys want to see? Get a better view of the stirring. There we go. Yeah. See, it's getting shiny. Kayla wants to know, who am I with? Because you just hopped on. This is Moshe. This is Alone. Alone is like our adopted brother. He's also my husband's best friend and business partner. And Moshe is his super cool army cousin from Israel. And I made the brownies. Good. That's nice and good. So I'm going to prop it up again. I made the brownies for them like a week ago, and they really liked them, and they wanted to learn how. So I said, well, if I'm teaching you, I'm just going to do it for everyone at the same time. Okay, let me grab the thing. Okay. Sorry. Okay, here's our pan. I'm going to line it with coconut. Not yet. You got to put coconut oil in so it won't stick. Anyways, the coconut sugar, you don't have to use coconut sugar if you don't want to. You could try putting in like maple syrup or honey. You could try that. You just might need to add a little more flour to like balance it out so it's not too, what's it called? Not too wet. Okay, anyways, okay, so I just put oil in here, so now it's oiled. Okay, now we're gonna pour it in. And I just for it. Like that.
What about the chocolate chips?
I'll put some chocolate chips on top. Honestly, this is so sweet that like I don't really like adding in so much chocolate chips. But I'll throw them on top and they kind of sink down. Here, let me scrape. My hands are all gross already. Okay. So, do you guys have questions so far?
No.
Pretty self-explanatory.
No. Pretty self-explanatory, but the great instructions that I put. Okay. And it looks, I have to say, it really looks like a real cake batter. You know, normally when I make this stuff, it doesn't. Like, anyone who's ever made my other cakes or cookies, like, the cookies look pretty real. But this looks so real. I think the trick is that I ground up the sugar. So it's a little bit lower glycemic because it's coconut sugar, because it has all the minerals. So when the sugar molecule is just plain sugar, okay, there we go. When the sugar molecule is just plain sugar, then as soon as it like hits the side, go ahead, try it.
Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Is it good?
I'd say it's pretty good.
My husband's saying we have to leave in 1 minute because they're going to shoot a commercial right now, but we squeeze this in the morning. Okay, here, let's put it on top of this. When if it's just a plain sugar molecule and it hits your, there's some chocolate chips on top, and we're calling it a day. Okay, I'm so distracted. When the sugar molecule touches like even the side of your cheek, you immediately absorb it because it's just the sugar molecule. If you get the coconut sugar, it has all the minerals with it, so it slows it down a little bit, which means it doesn't spike and drop you the same way. Hey, Gabriella. Okay, but that's it. We're done. It's going to go in the oven, but honestly, not this second because we have to leave now. So I'm just going to... Okay, do you guys have any questions? Any more questions before we hop off? There's finally better lighting. I already answered. My husband's hitting on my 2 assistants.
Are these guys single? Are you filming me?
Yeah, now you're not. Say hi.
It's perfect. Your husband in the kitchen.
Okay.
Facebook Live.
Okay, so I love you guys, and I hope this is helpful. Honestly, I hope this video was not too like I feel a little like all over the place, but maybe I just feel that way and you guys don't. Thanks, Kayla. I'm all oily too. My hands are all like oily from doing the pan. But yeah, these are thank you. These are probably the least healthy treat I've ever made with you guys. But honestly, I was just really missing brownies in my life. And I'm really happy that I figured out how. So this is definitely not something I'd make as often as I make the other cookies. But also, like, all the gluten-free treats that you buy at the store are so expensive. And it was just, like, hurting my heart. I felt like, oh, this is such a waste. Every time we go to Trader Joe's, my husband would buy, like, the gluten-free brownie crisps or something. Guys, go in the other room if you're still talking. Recipe, please. Gabriella, I just did it with everyone. And I'll put the link when I hop off and you'll be able to get it. So there you go. It goes in the oven at 350 for like about 30 minutes. And then when you put you put a toothpick in the center, when it comes out, it doesn't have to be totally clean, honestly, because you like them a little gooey, right? You want it to come out like a medium, just like kind of clean. Then it's done. And also depends on your taste, like if you like it to be super gooey or if you like it, like I honestly like it a little bit crunchier on the sides. Hey, Batsheva! So yeah, they're super good. They're definitely a treat. And they're not as low glycemic because we didn't use a nut flour. Like the mix that I use, I think it's like rice flour and this and that. Like it's, I don't know that I could call these healthy in good conscience. They are for sure healthier, but they wouldn't say like I don't want my kids to eat these for breakfast. But if my kids eat my chocolate chip cookies for breakfast, the honest truth is like I really don't mind. There's so much like good fats and proteins in there that like a little sugar I can handle. But this is like a lot of sugar, even though it's a better sugar, and there's not really nearly as much fat or protein. So there you go. Because they kind of work, not against each other. They work, sugar spikes your blood sugar and fats and proteins keep you stable. So there you go. Hope that's helpful. Love you all. And if we have to do it again later when I'm not distracted, I can. You guys can just let me know. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.